Okay, hello everybody. This is Mr. C of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Welcome to our seniors and special needs music session. It is time for your music session. Let's get right to it, everybody. Let's make sure we have a uh, a pair of spoons today, okay, for our class, or your makeshift one over here that you were able to possibly get. Make sure you have either one. And we're going to get started with the Academy jingle. If you know the jingle, sing along, everybody. Here we go. Time for school, time for music, time to learn. Oh, let me do that. Wow, I just totally messed up, everybody. Let me try that again. Time for school, time for music, time to learn together. We can do it. Learning is fun with Mr. C. And learning is fun, everybody. Welcome once again to our music session for seniors and special needs. Everybody, we're going to begin our stretches. After that, we're going to have we're going to do our hymnal that we do in the morning, okay, always before the actual class. The name of the song today is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. That is our hymnal for the week. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. It is a spiritual. So if you go onto your device, your phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever you have there, and definitely our direct care workers, if you could possibly help our friends, please go on to a Google search and type in Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and type in the word lyrics right after that, and those lyrics should pop up right away, okay? But while you guys are getting that going, let's do our stretches first. So here we go. Sit up nice and straight. Shoulders relaxed. Back is straight. The back of your neck, make sure it's straight. Make sure you cue it in by taking your two palms of your hands, put it on the sides of your temple, and lift up. Okay? And let's make sure our hands are in our laps, our feet are flat on the floor, and let's start reaching into the sky as high as you can and breathe as you do it. Reach, reach, reach. Feel the stretch in the lower back, nice and easy. Okay, remember, don't overreach. If you can't go this high, if you can only go this high, then stay right there and then just yourself a little by little each day. But okay, but nonetheless, reach and let's bring it down. Great job, everybody. Now let's roll the shoulders back. Breathe. Feel that massage in the shoulder blades as you roll those shoulders. All right, great job, everybody. Everybody roll the shoulders forward now. Roll the shoulders forward. Get lots of mobility in those shoulder blades. Great job, everybody. Now let's rotate our necks in a circle very slow. Nice and easy. As best as you can. No rushing, no overextending. All right, everybody go in the other direction now. Other way, please. All right, great job, everyone. Okay, now everybody look all the way up. Look all the way down. Look all the way to your left. And all the way to your right. And tilt your heads to the left, keeping the shoulders down and even, okay? Now tilt your head to the right. Again, keeping the shoulders down and even. Do not go to one direction. Keep them straight and square and tilt, okay? Great job, and shrug your shoulders and hold, shrug and hold, and drop them down. Once again, shrug and hold those shoulders, and drop them down. Everybody put your hands in front of you like this and start opening and closing those fingers, making a fist, nice and slow. Get that grip strength going. We're going to be using our hands a lot, especially when it comes to technique on the spoons. We got to make sure, we are good with our grip strength, okay? And everybody squeeze and hold, squeeze and hold, squeeze, 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 squeeze and hold. Keep going. And let's rotate our wrists inward, keeping our arms out in front of us like so. Breathe. Great, everybody rotate them outward. Great. Elbows and wrists outward, please. Great. Now everybody go in the other direction, inward, wrists and elbows. Breathing. Great. Shake it out a little bit, and we are good to go. Let's get right to it, everybody. Oh, take a deep breath. Sorry, one more time. Quick breath, deep breath in, expand the stomach. Deep breath out, belly contracts. Okay, ready? Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, we are good to go. And I have you guys do that as far as the air. Breath control is very important, okay? Making sure, breathing is the key to being able to do anything that may come across strenuous health-wise. Practice and breathing really guides us and helps us through, okay? Now, with that being said, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. It is a spiritual, with no author known. The author is unknown as far as this particular song, but it's a spiritual that's been passed down from generation to generation, much like folk music. Okay, so some of you might already know this song, okay, and some of you might have heard. This might be the first time you're doing it, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna sing it together, and then of course after this video, you can definitely go back to the video and replay it, having your excuse me, having your lyrics handy, and then just practice. Okay, so let's go to Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, okay? And let's praise God and thank Him. Get our morning straight. Get our minds right this morning, and thanking God for everything that He allows us to do and able to see and participate in. This song is really it's really one of such a good, again, being a hymnal inspired by the Bible. The Chariot. And Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, okay, is really symbolically God, okay? Where in the next line, if you look at your lyrics, it says, coming forth to carry me home. And who's the only one that can bring His people to Him? Obviously, that is God Almighty, right? So, and it does it twice. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, coming forth to carry me home, coming for His people. The first verse actually says, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me. Coming for to carry me home. Okay? So, Jordan, usually the Jordan River is always the water threshold that has always been symbolically done or depicted in the Bible as the word, and by God's word, the Israelites were able to cross the Jordan into the promised land. And the Israelites were symbolic. They were symbolic representation of His people, and the promised land being towards Him. Okay, towards heaven, towards the New Jerusalem. Okay, so that is a lot of where that's coming from. Okay, band of angels, His servants, kind of welcoming His people in. Okay, so and there, the rest of the lyrics pretty much cater to that understanding. Okay, so thinking on those words. Praise God. Let's sing this together, everybody, okay? So here we go. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming forth to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. If you get there before I do, coming forth to carry me home. Just tell my friends that I'm coming home too, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. I'm sometimes up and sometimes down, coming forth to carry me home. But still my soul feels heavenly bound, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Oh, swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. And that was, once again, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, a spiritual. Guys, give it up for yourselves. A round of applause. Great job if you were able to do that. If you had a little bit of a hard time, as I said before, just go right back to the video and practice with your lyrics handy. Okay? But now, let's get right into our session today, our music session. We got to get our spoons ready. Make sure you are maintaining your posture the whole time, guys, okay? Maintain posture. Now, what's different? You know, we went over technique on how to use the spoons. Last time, we actually used notation, and we're going to continue to further use notation when it comes to this. And when you see the notation here, I got the repeat sign again. Okay, a 4/4 meter also, okay, but now we're using eighth notes, okay. Some time ago, I showed you what eighth notes, how they're played, okay. Basically, you have your quarter notes, which are one beat, okay. Then you have your two eighth notes. Each eighth note are worth half a beat each. So half plus a half makes a full beat, okay, which is where you have the two and, the two A for and, two and of course the last beat of this measure, four and. You're hitting both eighth notes at half a beat each, but equaling one quarter note, equaling a full beat. Okay, again, half and half equals one. There's a slight notation I actually forgot to include. Okay, right there, and I'll explain that. Okay, so basically the S above each note, okay, actually stands for scrape. Okay, we're going back to when I showed you how to do the scraping motion with the spoon, scraping along the fingers and then hitting on the lap. Okay, so we're doing that when it comes to these quarter notes, beat 1 and beat 3. However, for beat 2 and beat 4, we're going to I wrote an L, and that, my friends, is just striking on the lap. Okay, that's what the L stands for. Okay, so again, the L above the eighth notes are basically meaning that we're just going to hit our eighth notes on our lap, just simply on the lap. Oh, I should say lap and palm. So I really should let me see. Okay, so actually let me make that another slight correction. Okay, to be more specific. Okay, so once I scrape and hit on the lap with our quarter notes, the first eighth note is going to hit my palm. Okay, so obviously P stands for palm. Okay, this way we can follow each note closely, and then our L would stand for the lap. Okay, so that second eighth note, the and of 2. Okay, and same thing with beat 4, the first primary beat of beat 4, and then the and of 4 is going to be on the lap. Okay, whereas it's going to be in the palm in the primary beats of beat 2 and beat 4. That's how that works. Okay, so scrape. So it's scrape, palm, lap, scrape, palm, lap. Okay, that's how that's going to go when we play this. Okay, so let's get more technical, shall we? More visual, I should say. Today I decided, like I said last time, I was going to use I'm going to use actual spoons. Okay, for those of you who might have this particular instrument with the handle attached to it, you can definitely, you know, you can definitely use these, okay? But if you don't have that, then let's get going on the actual spoons, okay? I'm going to use these for our class. I might switch back to the actual to the other makeshift instrument, but we're going to use. I'm going to definitely do more of this where we're using our spoons for those people who just weren't able to get that, and actually have to use our spoons, which technically speaking is actually better if we learn to actually use. I mean, this is the actual instrument. This is what professionals use. They don't really use the ones with the handles. They might use it as a guide sometimes, maybe just even for a particular sound. Notice whenever I hit with this one, you have one particular sound there, and then when I use the actual two spoons, you're going to hear a different sound. Okay, and which for all intents and purposes, is actually a better sound. It actually is much better with the actual spoons. Okay, definitely the density, the density of the metals forged over here are definitely much different, which hence you're gonna hear a different sound. So here we go. Let's get right to it, everybody. With our double spoons, we're going to make sure we have our grip correct. Okay, take a good look. So we have our two spoons, one above the other, where these ends are facing each other. Okay, your index and thumb. Oh my goodness, index and thumb. Okay, are grabbing the top spoon right about here, midway. Okay, and that's the grip there. Whereas the other spoon is, facing the top one, but in this way. Okay, and the three fingers are grabbing on over here, and that is the grip that we need to have the entire time. Once again, let me show it to you. So index and thumb, like so. Bottom spoon facing downward this way. Three fingers wrap around it over here, and they must face each other. You must create a little spacing between the two spoons. Okay, and then you're facing it this way like this. And now, for that reason, I'm going to do a downward view on my lap, so you see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so make sure you're sitting up straight. Your posture must be good. Okay, so here we go. Your other hand. Okay, whichever hand you're using, it doesn't matter. Okay, as long as your free hand is just above, okay, the lap. Okay, and it's like right above the knee, right about here on your lap. Okay, so watch this. So we come in. Let's perfect the screen part. Our fingers are spread on our free hand. They're spread out like this and firm. They must remain firm. They can't be loose. Okay, or else the scraping is not really going to work. They must be firm so that when you scrape those edges of the spoon along those fingers this way, okay, watch this. Okay, you're gonna hear that scraping, that almost like a rattle. Okay, but then it's got to come down and hit your lap. Okay, so you're coming down again. Okay, by the way, your palm is your palm is kind of with the finger spread out and sort of on an angle. Okay, not straight, but on an angle like this, so that then you can comfortably, and then hit right on the lap and scrape down and hit. Okay, so let's do this for a while. Okay, maintain the grip on the spoons. By the way, you start to loosen up your grip on the spoons, okay, you'll either drop them, or that nice sweet sound that you're hearing right now, you're not going to get. Okay, right now it just got stuck a little bit. You know why? When I scraped along my fingers, you know why I got stuck? Because I stopped being firm for like a moment. I stopped being firm with my fingers, and that's when the problem occurred. So yeah, the technique must be maintained. Now let's go a little faster. A little faster than that now. Maintain the firmness, even though that scraping feeling seems like it's uncomfortable for the fingers. Okay, don't worry. Eventually, you build tolerance. Let's go faster. Okay, and stop. Okay, and for me, even right now, I got a good thing going. I got the ball rolling But yeah, after a while, yeah, you do have to stop. You're scraping metal along your fingers. I mean, yeah, it's okay to stop. Okay, after a while. Okay, you just have to, eventually, the more practice you get doing this, eventually you start to build some tolerance. Okay, and that's really with any instrument, especially like strings instruments. Okay, there's always like there's always like a, not a pinching, but definitely with the fingertips, the strings kind of almost feels like they're cutting into those fingertips a lot when you play a string instrument. And then eventually, through much practice, through much repetitious practice, your fingertips start to develop to be hard, and your grip starts to improve, and things like that. So eventually, your skin, really, on your hands and everything, they develop a tolerance, after much play. All right, where you can, do this for much longer. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Okay, we have to go over the actual notation that's right behind me. Okay, so the quarter note, we have a scrape. The S is above it. We're going to scrape it, and that entails, even though you're hearing a lot of different percussiveness there. Okay, almost like a lot of hits, but it's really just the scraping. This counts as one. That's one. When you scrape and hits your lap, that is beat one. Okay, that is a quarter note. One. Okay, so you have that. Then we have the 2/8 notes where we have palm, lap. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so if you come down with me here. Okay, so palm, lap, your palm is right above it. Once you've done the quarter note in beat one, scrape, hit, right. Then you're turning the palm over so that you with your wrist can hit up to the inside of your palm, just like we've done before, right? So that's beat two. That's the primary beat of beat two. Meanwhile, you still have to hit the and of two on your lap, which that's why there's an L above that note, and down. So it's two and. That's the idea. Everybody do that with me. And two and. Do it again, guys. And two and. Do it again. And two and. Let's do it some more. And two and. Two and. Two and. Keep going. One and. Two and. Three and. Four and. We're just doing eighth notes here. Let's go a little faster. Okay, these are all eighth notes. Let's go faster than that. Oh, excuse me. See? All right, now, did you hear that little gap? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I started to lose the actual sound. Why? Because the grip over here started to falter. See, that's why that grip can never falter, or otherwise you're gonna lose that desired sound that you want. Oh, I did it again. Here we go. Okay, so that's the idea. Okay, so now anytime I start to falter on my grip there, then yeah, guess what? Then I'm gonna lose the sound. Okay, and you can see that I was doing it. Now, listen, mind you, I just basically learned this pretty much. I've been doing it for a while, but there are masters at the spoon, at playing the spoons, that do a lot better. Okay, that definitely can maintain that technique for much longer than I do. Okay, so even for me, this is still practice. This is a lot of practicing I'm doing here. Okay, now let's put it all together. Okay, so let's take a look at our notation again. Okay, we're basically doing. We've looked at the first two beats where we scrape for beat one, palm lap beat two on the 2/8 notes. Then we're repeating the same 2-beat pattern. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and scrape, palm lap, scrape, palm lap, scrape, palm lap. Okay, so that's what we're doing, and we're going to do this repetitiously. Why? Because we have our repeat signs, which is the double bar lines on each side with the 2 dots. Okay. Let's do this together, everybody. So here we go. Okay, so let's do this. So on beat one, it's 1, 2, palm, lap, and, okay? So again, it's 1, 2, and then we go right to beat 3, which is the same as beat 1, 3, and then 4, and, okay? Everybody see that? It's 3, 4, and, okay? So all we're doing is just repeating exactly what we did in beat 1 and 2, also for beat 3 and 4, okay? Let's go very slow. It's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, okay? Just like that. Here we go. Together, everybody, on my count. Get your hands ready for scraping first, okay? Since that's what we do first according to our notation there. Here we go on my 4 count. And 1, 2, 3. Let's play and scrape. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and keep going. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and keep going. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and stop. Okay? All right, so did you see that, guys? Okay, so again, this is what we did. 1, scrape, palm lap, scrape, palm lap, and then we repeated it. We just did, that's the beauty of the repeat time. We could just practice this very repeatedly over and over and over again, and that's what gets us going there, okay? So let's do that again, everybody. Here we go. Let's take the tempo a little bit faster, just a little faster, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's go back down. Okay, remember, it's again scrape, palm lap, scrape, palm lap, okay? Let's do this a little faster. So it's going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. We're going to do just like that, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's play and scrape, palm lap, scrape, palm lap. I'm gonna do that again, guys. I'm sorry. All right, I was on a roll, and then I actually, what was funny about that? I actually I kind of scared myself. I was like, oh yeah, it's good, and then it got really awkward. It's one of those things, I wasn't necessarily doing it wrong. It just got a little awkward because I was surprised on how it came out. Yeah, have you ever had those moments? Yeah, I'm sure everyone has. So okay, so let's do that again. Here we go. On my count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and ready and scrape, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and keep going. 2 and 1, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 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 4, and stop. Okay? Did everybody get that? Yeah, were you able to get that? Okay. Well, maybe some of us didn't. That's okay. That's all right. If you weren't able to get all of that, that's okay. Again, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to this video. You're going to practice. Eventually, when you get used to just the slow tempo, okay, when you get very used to it, then you pick it up a notch like we just did. Then when you get used to that particular tempo, that speed, okay, pick it up another notch. Before you know it, watch, you're definitely going to be much faster. I just messed up there on that last one, but you get the idea. Eventually, you'll be able to, go at a really fast tempo. Okay, and then really, you can really keep up with anybody who's doing a particular, jamming song, something with an up tempo type of thing. You can definitely add that, and that's just a rhythm that's repeated throughout a song. You don't necessarily need the notation to resemble like a whole page of notation to do that. You could just this one example here could be an entire song from beginning to end, okay? Because basically the spoons are just there to provide a percussive support, okay, throughout. And that could be, again, the entire song, the entire country song that you might be backing up your other fellow musicians with, okay, just doing that, okay? So, but you see what happens when you eventually get used to the slower tempo, that same exercise, and then guess what? then you can get faster and faster. And then, again, you could really jam with your friends. You could really enjoy doing music with your friends by doing that. Okay. So just again, remember the grip. Okay. Remember the grip. Again, it's top spoon facing this way, thumb and index. Okay. Like so in the mid spoon there, mid handle of the spoon. You want to kind of do the same thing, except facing the bottom spoon down this way. Okay. And the 3 fingers wrap around it just like so. Okay. Use a lot of, move. There's going to be a lot of movement with your elbow and your wrist, a little bit with your wrist, but the grip cannot falter, because if that starts to falter, then of course you'll start to lose the actual sound that you're trying to create when it comes to these. Okay, everybody, great job. Give yourselves a nice round of applause. You can put your spoons down. Round of applause for a great job well done on this. And guys, all you have to do is, again, go back to this video and continue to practice your technique, practice this rhythm, okay, to get better at it. Practice your hymnals, okay? Practice, practice, practice. And for that reason alone, I wish you happy practicing. Everyone, take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of the day. Guys, yes, at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time, please join me for a time for hymn. We're gonna sing a new hymn, just like we do every day. We just do a different hymn where that segment is just dedicated to singing a hymn and praising God. Okay, so a different hymn each day. Time for hymn. Join us at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for time for hymn. Okay, everyone, take care and have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.